Join me as I take on the challenge of eliminating my hiccups in just seconds. Let's see if I can really do it. Hey, did you know that worldwide, people experience hiccups a whopping millions of times a day? But what if instead of laughing off these pesky spasms, we could eliminate them in just seconds? Yes, you heard that right, just seconds. Keep watching to discover how. They strike at the most inconvenient times, don't they? Whether you're in a meeting or out on a romantic dinner, those sudden, uncontrollable spasms make us all cringe. But worry not. I'm going to share some effective techniques to eliminate hiccups fast and for good. And stick around until the end for a secret game-changing tip you won't want to miss. Let's talk more about how and when these pesky hiccups usually make an appearance. Imagine this. You're sitting in a crucial meeting at work, poised and ready to dive into your presentation. Suddenly, just as you're about to speak, a persistent hic interrupts the flow. The room goes quiet, heads turn, and there you are, helplessly hiccuping in front of your colleagues. It's irritating, to say the least, and downright disruptive when you're trying to maintain your professional demeanor. Or consider you're out for a romantic dinner. The ambiance is perfect. Soft music, candlelight, delicious food. Then, mid-conversation, a single, persistent hic escapes, and suddenly, each bite you take seems to trigger another. It breaks the rhythm, adding an unexpected layer of awkwardness to the evening. We've all been there, feeling a mix of frustration and embarrassment. Hiccups usually seem so innocuous, but these involuntary contractions of the diaphragm muscle can wreak havoc on our daily lives. They strike at the most inconvenient times when we're least expecting them and can take us by surprise, often for no clear reason. Technically, the hiccup happens when something irritates your diaphragm, casing it to spasm. As it leads to an involuntary intake of breath, your vocal cords suddenly close, creating that infamous hic sound. What's even more fascinating is how persistent they can be. Sometimes they last just a few minutes, while in rarer cases, they linger for hours. It's no surprise that people have gone to great lengths to find quick and effective remedies to shoo them away. This benevolent curiosity led to the creation of more than 100 supposed solutions, each promising relief. But do these so-called cures actually work? Let's explore. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more incredible tips that keep you on top of your health and wellness game. In our quest for peace from hiccups, humanity has come up with a multitude of fascinating remedies, ranging from scientifically sound to amusingly peculiar. Let's explore some of these techniques, uncovering the rationale behind each one, and shed light on what might actually deliver relief. Let's start with one of the more common methods, holding your breath. This tactic is believed to increase carbon dioxide levels in the blood, which can help to relax the diaphragm and stop hiccups. Another popular technique involves sipping cold water slowly. The change in temperature is said to help reset your diaphragm's spasm cycle. There's also the sugar cure, a teaspoon of sugar believed to stimulate the vagus nerve and distract the diaphragm into stopping contractions. Though sounding sweet, not everyone can vouch for this one as successful. Surprisingly, cultures around the world all have unique remedies they swear by. In certain East Asian countries, youth have reportedly practiced ear massaging, because gently tugging at the earlobes supposedly provides sensorptic diversion for the phrenic nerves, which affect your diaphragm. Adding a bit of suspense to this discussion, in some European countries, it is commonplace to suggest being startled out of hiccups, catching the body and brain off guard to stop the cycle. A charming and unconventional method involves swallowing. I mean literally. A method from Swedish tradition advises to drink water while a spoon is inside the glass. The act forces you to focus on the mechanics of the drinking, diverting attention and hopefully stopping the hiccups. Then we have the classic and fierce-sounding water gargle. This approach involves gargling water at the back of your throat to stimulate nerves linked to your diaphragm, taking caution, as you don't want to cause coughing instead. Speaking of humor, did you ever try thinking of pineapple while having hiccups? Turns out even adults, enlightened with psychological tricks, try amusing themselves with what they believe distracts the hiccup reflex. An energetically spoken word recitation of random names starting with the letter P, hinting at focused cognitive therapy. While many of these techniques have origins in folk medicine, or come down as handed truths through generations, Proving their effectiveness is almost as elusive as catching a falling star. Medical experts have waded into the flood of hiccup solutions to find which actually yields results. According to Dr. Ali Sifi, an associate professor in the Department of Neurosurgery at the University of Texas Health Science Center, classic home remedies can sometimes work, occasionally by functioning only as a placebo effect. Yet he puts greater trust in simpler remedies that also have medical underpinnings, like holding in a deep breath to build internal pressure, or using intentional distraction to reset the vagus phrenic nervous linkage. Everyone has their go-to hiccup solutions stashed in their wellness toolkit, eager to be tested at Hiccup's instigation. In each trial, it's reasonable that humans seem to share this tendency. When taken by surprise, they fortify their collection of what inevitably works best for them in real-life situations, despite the curiosity withholding full skeptical judgment until painting the truth of relief entirely. Now, we've arrived at the big reveal, the most effective method to stop hiccups that's well supported by scientific studies and expert insight. Prepare to be enlightened by a technique that has proven to wave goodbye to those nagging little gasps, the Valsalva maneuver. Oh yes, it may sound like an adventurous term you stumbled upon in a medical textbook, but believe me, this method is both highly practical and simple to perform. Medical professionals frequently praise this maneuver for its ability to influence the autonomic nervous system response, particularly its interaction with the vagus nerve, a key player in diaphragmatic functioning. Here's how it works. Begin by closing your mouth and pinching your nose to prevent both air exit and entry. Next, take a deep breath, then push it against your closed mouth and nose as if you're attempting to exhale. During this process, you should feel pressure rising in your rib cage. What we're basically doing is forcing our diaphragm and other related nerves to recalibrate their actions, almost like hitting a reset button. A peer-reviewed research paper in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation highlighted that techniques increasing thoracic pressure, like the Valsalva maneuver, were successful in ceasing hiccups in a significant number of cases studied. Because it engages the vagus nerve and shifts internal pressure levels, many find the hiccups dissipating within just seconds to a minute. Now let's try it out together in what we'll fondly nickname the Hiccup Hero practice. Please, comfortably sit or stand up straight as we do this together. With your nose gently pinched, inhale big and maintain closure of your lips. Imagine whispering farewell to those clumsy hiccups. Now exhale steadily as your cheeks puff slightly with the maintained pressure. Feel that relentless rhythm softening? Isn't it mesmerizing how quickly an orchestrated internal action can harmonize with your body and wilt away those spasms? Remember, like any health technique, ensure you follow your body's feelings and limit any discomfort if it arises. But once you master it, the next time a hiccup episode emerges, you'll be fortified with this dynamic maneuver in your wellness toolkit. It's like a secret weapon ready to be deployed in everyday life. Feel curious? Give it another try and feel the physiological impact. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in using this tactic to combat hiccups effectively. Moreover, the benefits of the Valsalva maneuver extend beyond just dealing with hiccups. It's also used in medical settings to treat certain conditions, such as supraventricular tachycardia, a type of rapid heartbeat. Pilots and scuba divers often employ it to equalize pressure in the ears. So not only does it help relieve those awkward hiccup interruptions, but it also carries additional benefits for general well-being. So there you have it. From cultural cures to adrenaline-triggering scares, you've learned all about the quirkiest and most reliable ways to stop hiccups. Most importantly, the scientific breathing technique we just went through is highly effective. Try it next time, and say goodbye to hiccups in seconds. Do you have a go-to method for beating hiccups? I'd love to hear about your experiences or any new tips you have in the comments section below. Also, be sure to check out our other videos for more health tips that'll surprise and delight you. Thanks for watching, and keep thriving every day. See you next time.